this Mark's Reviews and Tutorials video. Just going to very quickly show you how to assemble a Ryobi pressure cleaner. And I want to show you this because it's very simple. If you're looking at, hey, which one should I buy? When they come in the box, they do have a bit of assembly, but it is extremely simple. I've just opened up the box, got all the bits out, and the handle is the first thing that goes on. It sort of basically sits and locates into position just like that. Now, it's held in place with a couple of screws. They're coming through from the green, here and here. The screws come in the packet, of course, as well. They're right there. And then you've got the hook to carry your pressure hose on the front. Now, that is a little bit tricky if you're trying to put it backwards, it doesn't really quite work, but this actually goes through the handle. You can line up this patch on the side with the hole. See, it doesn't have one this side. Line that up, and again, look at that, click straight into place. Then we're going to do those screws up, and then you've got a spot there to hang your pressure hose on the front of the unit. And have a look at the design they've got for connecting the gun, because again, it's really clever. It's like a bayonet fitting. You see that there? It's going to be a little bit tricky with a one hand, but here we go. Into the bayonet, that turns like that, locks in place, and that's there forever. This is my second Ryobi pressure cleaner, and that never leaked, that joint on the other one. From there, we've got this little piece. That's another hook for coiling your hose. That simply slides in place and locks into place there. On this side, you've got the one for holding the gun, and that comes over here. Slides in place like that. Around to the back of the unit, this is where your water connection goes in. See, it's got a filter in it and an O-ring. So that's just got a little cap hiding that thread. We pull the little cap off, and then we screw that on, and that screws up like that. So your garden hose fitting is going to come in here, and the pressure hose fitting, you can see these click-in pressure hose fittings. They are going to go one in the front and one into the bottom of the handle right there. I'll show you those now. Okay, here we go. I'm going to do this one-handed, so you can definitely do it with two hands. That just slides down, then that locks into place. Push it right in. There we go. You see how far it's seated? It's seated right up there. That's come back out. That's tight. And then the other end, again, we've got a release button here, lock and unlock. And we're going to slide that guy into that fitting. One-handed and all, that just slid straight in without having to do that. You just use that when you want to get it out. But when you're just putting it in, click, click, it just slid straight into place. So that's it. We're just got to plug it in now, connect the hose up, turn it on, and we're away. That is all that's required for assembly. So Ryobi, well done, nice and simple. Just need a Phillips head screwdriver to do up the screws holding the handle in place, and then this next section up here in place, and that's it. The rest clicks into place. There you go. Thanks for watching. So just doing up the screws now, and what makes this really easy, I mean, I'm putting up a Ryobi pressure washer. If you've got a Ryobi drill, this is Lazarus, this guy. I call him Lazarus because he's resurrected so many times. He's almost died a smoky death on a couple of occasions. I've had this drill for, gosh, about 12 or 13 years. I've got the clutch set here, as you can see, on 7. So when you're doing screws up into plastic and things like that, it means you can't over tighten the situation. So it's really good in situations like that. I'll put a link in the description through to pressure washers and also through to a drill that's got a clutch. Absolutely brilliant for doing things up because it saves you breaking things by over tightening, because it only ever does up to the right tension. Okay, so I'm a couple of weeks into owning this Ryobi pressure washer now, and oh my gosh, it is absolutely fantastic. Really good pressure, so much better than the one before it. So I'll link to one that's a similar size, similar pressure. Really, really happy. I've also had to pre-assemble and get my hands on a gurney pressure washer, similar ratings. Oh my gosh, it was just incredible how bad it was, the gurney. Really low quality, bad plastics, bad fitting, low pressure. Couldn't believe the contrast. So I am recommending Ryobi, and I'll put a link through to a decent one, both in Australia and in the US.